Captain, you ready? Captain.
What the? I guess I'm the captain now. Proceed.
What is going on, everybody out there in podcast land?
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, my darlings.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome, motherfuckers in the chat.
Yay, hello, chat.
East
so great to
Ma,
see you
Strong
being here.
Island, Nug Shrub, Badger Bank, or Badger Bunk, Mike's Tackle Life, Grateful Gardener. What up, guys?
Welcome.
And
Welcome
Keith.
to the shit show.
See Keith W. Welcome back, guys.
Yay.
Yeah, for sure. How are you guys doing? Monster G3. How you been?
I'm sick. Again. I'm always fucking sick. Goddamn children. Little walking petri dishes.
Oh yeah. They go back to school and just fucking breed germs.
Oh my gosh. It's awful. It's awful. And I've got like 2 kids in 2 different schools bringing up 2 different sets of germs.
Nice.
There isn't enough Ossamine in the world. So, yes, I'm sick again. So if I'm a little subdued tonight, Ossamine. Ossamine is a terpene. It happens to be a natural decongestant. So if you're really stuffy, find a strain with Ossamine in it. It'll help your nose run.
I never
even heard of that one before.
Yep.
What does it occur naturally? They put it in like pharmaceuticals for coughs and stuff. What's up?
I mean it's in very small amounts in cannabis. So
Okay.
I'm not sure where else it exists, honestly.
Not particularly a primary terpene.
It's not a primary terpene. It although there are more strains with higher amounts of it now, I would put it on the same level as like humulene. So
okay.
Like it's just one of the lesser terpenes. You're not going to see it all the time. You're not going to see it in huge amounts. When you do, that's unusual. But yes, Ossamine is a natural decongestant.
Okay.
So,
Man, fuck, I definitely could use some of that myself. Yeah, definitely something going around. But
yeah,
I I continue, like, it's weird. I got a little chest congestion too. So I'm like, every time I take a hit, I'm like, extra coughs. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
gotta do what you
I really
gotta do.
have to like. My smoking reduces dramatically, especially when I've got like throat stuff going on. I don't like having a sore throat. I don't like coughing more than
terrible.
I absolutely have to. It makes it way worse. So my smoking drops significantly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Make some edibles or something. You know?
Yep. That's the plan.
Cool. Well, that's a great plan. What, I mean, if you are smoking tonight, then what are you smoking on?
I'm not. Although before the show, the reason why is because I had some miracle fruit rosin before I came down here, and I like hacked up a lung. I was like, that not very demure, not very mindful. So we're just going to like not do that tonight.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I may cough an extra time or two, but I'm not gonna quit my favorite hobby for the sake of you fuckers. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And the extra raspy voice, it happens. But yeah. So what, Monster? What about you? What you got in the pipe, man?
Smoking a gibber tonight before the show. I'm looking at my phone because I don't remember what it was. I got a couple of joints from Big Green Guy. So we smoked 2 while I was there, these 2, and then he sent me home with 2. So the first one I smoked before the show. They are exclusive freebies that are going to be in his box set the September 26th for his drop. And the first one was I don't think they're named, but these are the crosses. Space Station Gold crossed with Fenrir.
Oh man,
Oh, does
That one was
Space
good.
Station Gold? Does that have Cosmic Queen in it?
it does. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does. Yep. Yep. And then this one here is Purple Orbeez crossed with Fenrir.
Oof,
They sound good.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have to think of some names for those. That's the job of the listeners out there.
Both
Post in
really
the
good,
Discord.
but he was a little, I don't know about sad, but so he also gave me some flour, gave me more George's root beer, which I'm fucking fired
Oh
up
yeah,
about.
I've been
Oh,
loving
so
that.
good. That
Love
stuff
that
is
shit.
so good.
I gotta try it. I really do.
Yeah, it's good smoke. And then he gave me some Frogception, which I was thoroughly impressed with. He said it wasn't really his jam, you know, he didn't really care for it a whole lot, but it was good smoke. But nice kind of like bright, colorful
yeah.
flower.
Ooh.
It's got like this old school incense, funk, skunk. It's hard to describe. Again, I think he hit it out of the park with this one. So, shout out to BGG, motherfucker's killing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't
I
miss
love
his
him.
drop.
He's
Good
got
stuff in there.
a great
That Howling
stable.
Desserts. Ooh.
Yeah, don't miss his drop, September 26th. Please.
Word.
Good stuff.
Where can we find that?
I believe he's got a website now. I'm not.
Is it greenguygenetics.com?
I bet if you
it's
go
not,
to
it
his
should be.
Instagram, the Green Guy Genetics, or go to his personal page, the Big Green Guy, I'm sure you can
Yeah.
go.
Or his
You
Discord.
do a
Or his
brief
Discord.
Google search. Just exercise your Google foo. You find it
Yeah.
in no time.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. Like, so you said it was like a savory profile?
Which one?
The George's root beer.
Yeah, the George's root beer is super unique because I get like a sweet, kind of like it's hard to describe. I don't know, like a real sweet, tangy, vibe from it. It's hard to describe honestly because
Yeah,
I've
almost
never
like
smoked.
root beer.
I've
It
never
is.
smoked
It's like
it.
a root beer float.
Never smoked anything like it.
That's cool, man.
It has
Yeah,
like a
it's
definite
unique.
creamy note to it. Oh, it's really good.
And
Yeah.
what kind of effects do you get from it?
So that's the thing. When I first started smoking it, I felt like it was kind of like an uplifting high. But the more I smoked it, it kind of makes me dumb. It's good, relaxing weed, makes you happy. Yeah.
Like it? Huh?
Yep.
It's like, so it's a relaxer, but not a couch locker from the sounds of it.
And cannabis
Yeah.
can be, what is it called when they have two different, is it diphasic? That might not be the right
don't
word.
know.
But where if you smoke a little bit, it can have a certain effect. And then if you smoke a lot, it'll have a different effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
I think that's just called being a cannabis addict. It's just
Or
overindulgence.
diphasic, maybe.
All right. So there's a technical term for it, you're telling me.
There is.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I get that a lot. Like where it's like upbeat with like the first 2 or 3 hits, and then if you take any more than that, it's not so upbeat anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, you smoke
Down and
anything, I don't
out.
care how upbeat it is, like even some fucking real deal Durban, you're gonna, after that panic attack wears off from you smoking too much of it, you're gonna be fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about,
Yeah, so,
what about you, Cap? What are you smoking on?
I got
Yeah, what do you got,
some
Cap?
new stuff. I pulled, I am in we've gone past trim jail, my friends. I am in the trim gulag. I have been sentenced to work camp. I'm in the depths of Siberia in a gulag. Just, you will trim for us, comrade. You grew more than you could consume.
There's your
Why you
right.
grow so much? And if you no grow so much, you no trim so much.
Why you flip so late?
So
That's the kicker. Yeah. That's all right,
So, I mean,
Hey,
like, good
embarrassment
problem,
of
I
riches.
guess. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm, like, the trim gulag's pretty chill. Like, The food's all right. The other people
Well,
here.
you have a good system where you kind of like they can kind of just hang out in suspended animation a little bit until you get to them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So
listen,
that's
though, if you're
that's so
overwhelmed,
key.
Badger's got a great suggestion here. Just fucking sift that shit.
Yeah, that
Harvest the
it's starting to
trichomes.
speak my language. I'm telling you.
Ah,
I'm
and
gonna
look at
sift and press it all.
if you need to know some techniques, Badger's the guy to fucking talk to.
What do you mean? Like just so?
There's multiple ways that you can wash it. You can get some screens. So like go about it anyway.
You would
want,
just
really.
like put out everything out, like all your buds on like a big SIF screen.
Yeah, a lot of people freeze them.
You know, the
first.
120 micron screen.
A lot of people freeze them
Just
first.
shake it.
Some people
make
use
those
dry
deep
ice
fries
along
on.
with it. I don't think the dry ice is necessary. But
All right. I mean, you know,
it's
there's
with me,
definitely a way.
I would wash them.
That there's all sorts of ways. Like, yeah, if you're a washer, you can avoid the trim gulag, for sure. I love flour. That's the issue.
Wait, that's the thing. You can have both.
There you go. See,
But
Mama
sifted
G3.
flour,
Both.
though?
Both is
No,
good.
like you're
No,
overwhelmed.
Isn't that
You're
like
you're
overwhelmed
like
with flour, right?
top colas, and then the rest
All
of
right,
it,
and the rest
wash
of
there you
it
go.
or process
So-
it in whatever way.
I like your thinking, like I definitely do, like I'll take, you got like the big branches, right? Just right off the main stem, big
Yep.
branches. Everything on the bottom half is kind of those bee nugs, those like, smalls, right? And everything on the top half, I mean, we're getting like, real nice, like that's a broken down top, but you could see it's got those nice natural foxtails on it. Super dense stuff. This is that black lung, by the way, that I was growing, that like Romulan genetics black
What a
lung.
name.
And it's Mendo breath crossed with Romulan. And
Never- I'm just
Sorry,
gonna
what
say,
were you gonna say?
Mendo breath is fucking fire. Like it gets a lot of hype.
Oh, dude. This Mendo breath is the backbone of some of your favorites, Monster, including,
It is.
Pure Michigan, like some of the particularly nasty terp profiles I find come from this. And like, yeah, this was just like, it's, for me, it's all on the savory end of the spectrum. And I truly just get like Slim Jim meat spices from this. It's almost like it's almost like fucking gross. You know what I mean?
Ew.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
got some nasty terps. Snap into some Mendo breath
Nice.
or black lung. But yeah, this one, dude, like, I don't know, this might be what my keeper. I don't know. This one yielded the best. It's got the best shaped nugs. They look spectacular. Just like bag appeal is super high. It's really got a little bit of everything. It's just like, it's one of those terp profiles that ain't for everyone. But you know what? It's for me.
That's really all that
So-
matters.
Exactly.
As long as it floats your boat.
Yeah, dude, it does. It's like it's definitely all savory, and I almost get like the second whiff, the third whiff is they're kind of different. You know what I mean? That like first, you get that first impression, like tasting a fine whiskey, and that like the burn is what you taste first. And then it's like, all right, the second sip, I can appreciate the nuances a little more. And I'm getting like sesame oil and like Chinese food spices, like orange
yeah?
chicken and
Get some MSG in there.
some exactly MSG and Kung Pao. Like it's just wild to me, honestly, how varied the spectrum of cannabis terp profiles is. I'm convinced you could get any smell in the entire world, plus some smells that haven't even been smelled yet.
Probably. I mean, that George's, I've been smoking for a long time, and that George's root beer is different than anything I've ever experienced before.
Yeah. It really
So
is. So
yeah, it's all about the art. I'm sure like they'll come out with like, oh, you want a Big Mac? Here you go in weed form. Oh, you want a taco? Here you go in
Big
weed
Mac
form.
terps.
yeah, you'll
Yeah.
probably see that like synthetically. Like you see all these people with the fucking dispo pre rolls. They're
Oh,
like
they
it tastes
already.
like
Ugh.
this and that, and it's like I've tried some of them, and yeah, it does taste pretty good, but you can tell it's like synthetic, and I'm like no, like dude, pre rolls are the shit that fucking
Oh,
falls on the
they're the
floor.
worst, dude. Do not
The
smoke
amount of
pre-rolls.
waste that comes from pre-rolls is unbelievable. Like each individual wrapped one in a tube, like that stuff is never going to break down. I hate the amount of waste in the industry. It bothers
Oh,
me so much.
it's ridiculous. You talk about
Well,
waste. I mean, I wanted a live resin pen for a fucking trip, and it wasn't bad. It was $35 for a gram, but the packaging is ridiculous. And then this was inside Mylar on top of it, so I had to open the Mylar, take it out, take this out. Then you got this, like a two-piece fucking box. Do we really
It's
need all that?
ridiculous. No,
Yeah.
no, no. We do not need
No,
to individually wrap pre-rolls in plastic. Like it's
no.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and now a trend I'm seeing
Ugh.
too are disposables. Have you seen that? So they're literally like it's a battery and you just throw it away, just throw it in the
Yep.
trash.
The amount of
Yeah.
batteries that are just being thrown into the garbage is mind blowing. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's fucking funny. What are you gonna do?
and everything in a Mylar pack too. That's
Yeah,
the thing that
nothing's
really,
ever
It,
going to
you know.
degrade.
I think you're gonna start to see a change because I don't know about out that way, but out here we're already starting to see it. A lot of these MSOs are being pushed out. They're because it's a race to the bottom, right? Like you can only do that for so long before it just like all right, we're out of money. My investors said pull the plug, so that's what happens, and
Yeah.
people like there was a shop around the corner for me that just shut down, and I was happy to see it. So the strong will survive, though. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna see the people that are doing it right survive, and then a lot of the shitty boof is just being pushed out, which is I'm glad to see that.
That's a great point, Badger. No reason why everything isn't packaged in a hemp product.
Oh my
Right?
gosh, see, that's brilliant. Like,
Why
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 wouldn't
can't we,
they?
you know, use the like the branches and the stalks,
Yeah,
right?
the
Can't we
waste to actually
make
create products and
yeah.
You
use
want to
less
know why the
things.
only reason they won't? It's because it's more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Ay ay ay. History of the
Sorry.
world in summed up in like one sentence.
So frustrating.
Plastics are a petroleum product too, so I mean the world's fucking
Uh,
corrupt.
Truth, man. Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, guys, what's going on in your gardens? I want to talk about like Monster's got the outdoor going, right?
Yep,
Is that coming to the finish?
it is coming to the finish, and so far so good. I've been scouting pretty much every other day because I can't get down there every day like I used to every other day. And no bud rot, no PM, no pest issues.
Wow.
That's
Um,
awesome. Has your
yeah,
weather been nice up there? Have you, I like last year it was so rainy. Has it been super rainy at all? Or have
it's
you gotten
been
nice weather like we have?
no, it's been pretty consistently good. Up by my way, it's not. I have some plants out back, nothing special. I've kind of abused them, um, just trial and error growing organically. And they're not doing the greatest because we've had so much rain up here, and when it fucking rains, it pours. It
Mhm.
I hear that.
it's yeah, it really rains hard up here. But back on the coast where the humidity's been higher, that was my concern. I would have thought that out in this part of the state I'd have better luck, but no, the weather's been great out there. Everything's good. The fucking plants are healthy. I got no complaints. Now that things are starting to cool down, I'm trying to get prepared for the indoor. Get my game together back on that shit. Haven't
Yeah.
decided yet, but
You know what you're gonna run indoors?
no, that's I'm always I want to pop some seeds. I want to try
Okay.
something different. So I don't know exactly what yet. I like to tell you that I'd have it very numbered down to a few ones, but I really don't. Uh, I was
You
looking through
know,
my bean collection, and
same dude.
there was like so many things that caught my eye, and I don't know. It'll be something. That's
Yeah,
about all I can tell you.
yeah, absolutely. Just like something will like stick out to you one day,
Yeah,
or for whatever reason, you'll find like a gap in your selection. You know, some kind of profile that like you miss that you don't have currently that you want
yeah.
back in the
I
stable. You
definitely
know.
want to try something new. I know that it's not going to be anything I've grown before. So
Okay.
I do know that much. Do know
I
that much.
love it. He's
I got
going
this.
for the new frontiers.
I will always keep my favorites around. Like for instance, this poor little bitch still in a solo cup, the
Oh,
Scarecrow.
still the poor thing. Ah,
So she's
Actually, she
being
looks
kept
pretty
alive.
content, dude.
She's
She
being kept
looks
alive right now with a like one of those cheap LED shop lights that you get from Home Depot. It's like 40 watts. Like
like
to keep.
CFL bulb.
No, it's LED. You don't need a lot of light to keep moms alive, and the less light you give them, the slower they're going to grow. You don't really need to water them as much. Now, listen, I'm not telling you to do that to your fucking plant. That's abuse. Okay. It's shit's been crazy. I got to get her transplanted into a 5 gal, and get her healthy again. And then, unfortunately, what I'll do is take cuts, make sure they root, and then she'll die, and we'll continue the process. But I want to keep that cut around. I really like that prayer glue cut. That's actually a breeder's cut from Mass Medical. So when you can get a
Word.
cut from
Yeah.
the breeder, and
Try to
you
keep it.
if you like it, you want to keep that shit around. I actually had to send him a
fancy.
cut. True story. He fucking needed me to send a cut to a friend of
Ah, that's
his.
funny.
Yeah, so it was cool to return the favor, you know.
Well, it's like, yeah, if a breeder sends out a cut, it's like kind of like they know that they can essentially get rid of it from their stable for a little bit and get it back from someone they sent it to in the
Just
future.
wish I had unlimited space, man, because this shit
Yeah,
I've
right.
lost over the years that I'd love to have still, like, but at the end of the day, there's so much new stuff to try. Um, I need to kind of get out of my. I'm set in my ways a lot of times. It's like, yeah, I like this. I'm gonna grow it again. I know what it's gonna do, and it's easier for me that way. But I need to step outside my comfort zone and try some new things. I mean, dude, a fucking retarded amount of seeds. Um, from a good network of breeders. What the fuck? Try something new.
That's exciting. You
Mm.
never know what you find when you popping them beans.
That's right.
But I think, I mean, I don't know. Are you going to do that grow along with us?
Oh
That
fuck
could
yeah!
narrow it down for you.
Right behind me. I'm gonna put a little 2x2, a little 3x3.
All right,
That's where
cool, cool,
that's
cool,
where the grow along is gonna be.
cool,
Right
cool,
behind me.
cool.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, yeah. I don't know. I posted a little info in the Discord about it the other day.
Oh my
I
god, I'm so
think
excited.
it was October 18th. There's a drop. Joint custody's coming out with like basically two new worked lines of great looking stuff. Like it's like a double album release from your favorite band.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking awesome. It's like when Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness dropped
Now I
in
know who you're talking about, but I didn't hear
1995.
you say who, just for the audience.
Oh, it
Or
was
was it when
Joint.
hosts? Okay, I didn't know if it was when hosts aren't listening.
Joint custody seed.
Yeah. So he's been working with his PB and Cray is the one side, one
Yep.
line, and the other line is Gonzo Grape. That's right. Which was
Mm-hmm.
from his last like Supreme Leader release. Like it was in the box set. And like we were talking about last show, like every breeder then seemingly like picks their favorite child from that generation to like continue working with, in a sense, to like make new stuff. It's a very common way you see people going about it. So like one of his favorite child, if not his favorite, was that Gonzo Grape, and he's got like 8
Oh my gosh, I'm so
different
excited for them.
strains, like based on that, like built with his other stuff. Like it sounds amazing, really cool. So the deal is you can grow anything from those two families, like anything on those two releases is part of the grow along. So it's like, super loose. Pick your own
we'll probably
strain.
start like a couple
do your
weeks
thing.
after the drop.
Yeah. I think like, it'll be, we will post and talk a lot more about it as it gets more official. And of course we will have Joint on, maybe even next week, but I'll talk to him.
See,
Don't
he
worry,
has that
it's coming
PB
soon.
ones where he crosses both of them. So he's got Gonzo Grape cross with PB and Cray. It's like peanut butter and jelly. I'm
Yep,
so excited for that.
That's the peanut butter and jelly. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I know.
Yeah,
It's like,
can't wait.
little savory, little fruity.
Little sweet, yeah. And I was not prepared. I knew that the PB and Cray was being dropped, but I did not know that the grape was coming out too. So that was like threw a wrench in all of my plans. All of my plans.
If like honestly, guys, if you can't find something you like from those drops, then you got a problem. Like you got a real problem.
Yeah. I mean, look, like we said it before. We've had a lot of breeders on the show. If you want to try really any one of their gear, you're not going to be disappointed. So, I mean, shit. I'm fucking sitting here right now. I'm feeling pretty good off some BGG. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that joint stuff's fucking ridiculous too. Especially one of my faves is the BBOJ. Ooh,
so good. His blueberry limeade is killer too. So good. And he used that Cactus Breath, I think. Cactus Breath OG from Dabs for Dads, I believe. And that the blueberry limeade. And he has that cross with Gonzo Grape in one of these as well. So
yeah. Nice.
There's so much cool stuff. Yeah, like Strong saying there's a banana pepper cross, like from I think it was Cosmic Wisdom. Like some super fire stuff, guys. That we will talk a lot more about it.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. We're gonna have a lot of prizes. We're gonna have all sorts of cool shit. He's giving away cash, right? It was like.
Straight cash, homie?
Straight cash, homie. Like,
wow.
I mean, really. I was like, we were talking about it, and he was like, I want to give away prizes. It's like, but ain't cash always the best? It's like, yeah, I mean, it kind of is. I mean, like, in all likelihood, all the degenerates that we got listening that are going to participate are going to just buy more grow shit anyway. Like, I need more seeds, but they have the option of like paying a bill or saving it.
Your electric bill.
Exactly. You have the option. That's the point. But yeah, real quick, I want to bring up. I don't have much going on in my garden. Like I'm in between. I'm in the fucking.
You're
gulag,
trimming a forest, dude. Yeah, we don't expect you to have more plants.
I ain't got much, but I do have some mother plants. We shall call them.
Why?
Because that is what they are. In fact,
they look pretty good when you showed them the other day.
Yeah, they're not, dude. They're doing really well, man. I'm happy with. I'm proud of them. That's why I'm going to show you.
Oh, okay. Well, when you put it in quotations, you were like, made it seem like they weren't any good.
No. They're doing really well. So like this is all only picture I got of them. They're in 1 gallon pots. It was like my super soil mix came straight from the same bin. After several weeks of not feeding them, that's all gone. So I'm straight up. I'm Athena team now. Team Athena, flat brim cap wearing Team Athena motherfucker over here. Okay.
Death to microbes. Death to microbes.
I got the damn cap over there. I should grab it. But it's going better than expected. I know there was some, everyone was laughing at me as I struggled to figure out synthetic growing on another show, but it's going pretty well. This is how I'm doing it, right? I got my 4, grow A, grow B, CalMag and balance, easily accessible. I got my Terpene 5-in-1, trusty, like the steed of the operation.
I love those Terpens. I wish we had a coupon code for you guys.
Oh, dude, I know.
I just think doll, like, listen, I've had better
They're
pens.
so reliable, dude.
But they, like, you just can't beat those pens dollar for dollar. They work great. And I haven't broke a probe yet, but if you do, they're replaceable. Like, people don't give them enough respect because it's like a name they've never heard of. But I can tell you, I've had Blue Labs die. I've never had an Apera die on me. I fucked one up myself because I didn't screw the thing on tight and it got wet and fucked it up. Because they are waterproof with the seal if you screw the cover on right. If you don't screw the cover on right, though, it's not waterproof.
Yeah, you got to put a little water in there for sure. So I like, I wish we had a coupon code for them. But again, like, it's worth the price, worth the cost of admission here with this 5-in-1 especially. It does TDS, it does pH, it does temperature, it does
ppm,
I don't fucking
EC.
know, right?
Yeah, it does whatever you want.
It does
a
a
whole
couple
kit and
things.
caboodle.
Yeah.
More than you need. Like, I like that it's not a grow specific company. I like the fact that they built a product for a purpose that, like, professionals use for settings other than like growing some fucking fast buds in a 2x2 in your spare bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, this is a professional product. Like, again, like, you talk Blue Lab, you've seen issues. I've seen some serious ass issues with that new AC Infinity pen. Just saying, like, the all-in-one grow stop has to stop.
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
All-in-one grow stop shop.
Have you seen many complaints, or did you see one highly publicized complaint?
Fair point. I saw one that was really loud and said in all caps, so it sticks out in my mind.
I hesitate to grab the pitchforks and torches when one person is spouting off, and God knows how many of these things they've killed. I have an AC Infinity fan.
All right. I'm going to put the pitchfork back, but I will still say that I just don't need a one-stop grow shop.
Though, if you do, they're changing our discount from 10 to 15%. So if you use Cultivation on AC Infinity, 15% off. And free shipping over $99.
Listen, and buy a great inline fan or a great grow tent.
Yep. They do have really high quality things. Not all of their things are high quality. We won't steer you wrong. So.
Yeah, okay. So again, maybe they had some QC issues with that 5-in-1 going out for the first batch.
Here's what I would say about pretty much
any customer service,
any AC Infinity product. I think that, listen, I've said it before. I like that they're trying to innovate. I do. And I actually don't mind the one-stop shop approach, but I want you to get it fucking right. I want you to just slow down, just slow down a little bit. And before we release these products to the masses, test them maybe a wee bit more.
Dude, like, imagine a fucking fan company became the Milwaukee Tools of, like, the growing industry.
I get it, but that doesn't bother me.
I mean, there's growth everywhere.
Look, if it's more convenient for me, and look, at the end of the day, I think most of the products they make are of pretty good quality. I haven't had any issues with their fans except for in the beginning with the second gen 8-inch controller. I would have issues where the fan just wouldn't turn on. I'd have to unplug it and plug it back in. And I've said it before, I still use that fan. I have a workaround where it's on a smart plug that shuts on and off twice a day, and that remedied the issue. But I don't really use much of their shit besides their inline fans. but I think for an inline fan, you really can't do a whole lot better, especially when you get one with smart controls.
Their tents are super thick. I love the thickness of their tents. Saved my life once, so shout out to them.
Literally saved your life.
Literally, I would have impaled
shit.
myself on a stake. So yes, and they had the issues with the oscillating fans breaking down, and they
fixed them. I
stepped up and they
know.
fixed it,
I know.
and now they work. So
I
no
like a
big
marketplace with more players. So I shall support companies with like these purpose-built products. They're kind of outside the grow sphere.
Well,
Shall
other
we
people
say?
just need to step up their game.
I think you could say that about any product though. Like if you want like a specialty tool, right? Like you're gonna buy it from a company that's all they do is they make like that particular tool. I'm trying to think of another example, but yeah, no, I understand. I like that logic, but I don't think Apara is like the creme de la creme either. Though.
I don't even honestly. What's like their main shtick? Like, what are they? Do they make like? Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's Apara
who do they
Instruments.
sell
So
stuff for?
their company name is Apara Instruments. So I imagine all they make is measuring instruments
man.
and lab,
Lab
shit.
equipment.
Yeah,
Stuff.
scientists in a lab be using this stuff. Right, so I'm all right. I'm shocked. I gotta say, I'm shocked that not one of you has mentioned what is up with this massive needle-looking spinal
I
tap.
thought we were getting there. I thought it was like you stick it in your thing and it like.
I know what it is.
Pumps
That's
out.
a newt syringe.
Yeah. The newt needle. The newt needle. I actually love it.
That sounds dangerous.
I love this thing. Like, I mean, especially with these big gallon bottles.
You know what I like a little bit better is
splashing and stuff.
The pumps. So I don't use bottled nutrients anymore, but when I did, I had you buy the covers that go on and you turns it into a pump. So you just like fucking liquid soap. Me personally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's just like a dosatron a little bit, like
it's just a like you just hit it like when you fucking wash your hands with soap at your sink.
Oh yeah.
Just a regular pump. Yep.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but before I forget, if you do want to continue using salts, when you run out of that shit, don't buy buy the Pro line. It's just so much easier. It's just three parts. Just 3 parts.
Yeah.
The Pro line, the powdered stuff.
Yeah, it's just the core, the grow, and the bloom, and you're always using core, which is basically like your CalMag and some base nitrogen, and then you have the bloom and the grow, whatever phase of grow you're in.
Fair
Simple,
point. Like it is a little complex. Like you saw me struggling a few episodes back, but like after you kind of like do the calculations, all the like the math of like converting your milliliters and your grams, God knows, milliliters per gallon, and how many gallons are you feeding? How many milliliters will you need? But it's easy once you get it figured out because you're going to essentially feed the same like every time. At least that's what I'm doing.
Make sure you shake the shit out of those too before.
Oh yeah, give it a good, for sure.
Yeah.
For all
Give
nutrients,
them shaking baby syndrome,
Shaking nutrient syndrome.
Yep.
But it's becomes very routine is kind of the point, and like I know what dose of pH down will get me to my target, like pH of 6.2. Super easy now.
Perfect.
So I don't know. It's just like all things. It just takes.
Are you feeding like a normal strength, light, heavy?
Definitely feeding on the lighter side.
I think you're in soil, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was soil. I wouldn't
Yeah.
call it that anymore. It's just a medium now.
It's just peat, basically.
It's a ghosts of a soil.
Just peat, basically, with a little bit of
essentially,
cocoa.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's all you
Remnants
need,
of
especially for what you're
nutrients.
just. So, what's your purpose with those? I thought you said you got to pick just the best one.
Yeah,
Run
the best one is moving on to the next round of American Gladiator.
All right. Well, before you decide to kill him,
There's
make sure you
five in here.
take like 6 or 7 snips of each, throw them in a fucking sandwich bag, and send them to Monster. You know, they don't even have to be rooted.
No, I absolutely will, dude. Trust me. And that's why I'm in the gulag. You know, I want to get these done because I want to figure out which one is the best, and they are like truly, well and truly perfectly dried right now in the bin. So I'm like, I don't want them to like. Not that they will. In the bin, they're very stable, I find, and they can be kept there for weeks. But I don't like to leave them for much more than like a couple weeks in the bins, you know?
Yeah, yep.
I'd
Yeah,
much
that
rather
much
them be
air,
in jars.
you're getting
What's
Oh,
your
yeah.
chemical
plan?
changes.
You're gonna fill a tent with one, like with clones of the favorite one.
No, I don't even know if that is the plan, man. I might make some seeds with it, you know? Like have like a one that I know I really love, like a regular. I'm sorry, these were feminized seeds. Maybe it would just be kind of like experimental seed
Yeah, you
making.
could always S1 something.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but yeah, that was my initial kind of thought process when doing it. Because I've never run an entire tent of the same cultivar. You
Might be a
know,
good experience for you.
I'd like to try it one day. Yeah, especially like knowing already kind of how it grows and what to expect from it. It's just like, yeah, I feel like I could get a better grow out of it all around, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you remember what she was like when you grew her out. Like, oh man, I wish I hit her with some calcium a little sooner, or whatever. Just you know what I mean. Shit like that. Like, oh, she's a heavy feeder. I could have pushed her harder, or man, she really fucking didn't like those wet shoes. Maybe I should back off a little bit. Things like that.
Well, we shall see. But I will absolutely, you guys will get samples of all four of the, different strains I grew before I kill or snuff any of these.
Yeah, yeah.
Promise.
I'm very
Boy.
interested to try that. What was it was the biscotti?
It was Ram Scotty.
Scotty.
Dude, that one, honestly, I love it. Don't like that terp profile. I'll talk way more about on the next show. Fucking insane. But like, I feel like I can't give these a proper judgment yet because I haven't been feeling well either. Like, my sinus has been stuffy, inflamed, and most importantly, I've been like tired. So yeah, every time I smoke this Scotty, like I end up fucking passed out on the couch. Every single time. Even
I
when
mean, that
like
could be a good effect, though. Like you could want
right?
that
No,
sometimes.
I can't. I'm just going with the flow. I'm not no preconceived notions, right? That's what it does to me. But yeah, it's like I love that. I love having one of those in the stable at all times. You know what I mean? Just for like nighttime purposes. But I'm not sure if that is exactly what it's doing to me, or if it's from like all the Sudafed and shit that I've been taking to,
Make
I'm
meth.
just high on Robitussin.
Breathe.
I can't really gauge the effects because I've been drinking cough syrup by the bottle.
Oh,
No,
that sounds healthy.
not at all.
Just
But
like
I think I've been like worn out, and like the falling asleep might just be because I'm fighting off something.
yeah.
So we'll see. I think getting like a more of a community consensus on it would definitely be the way to go about.
I was just going to ask you if you were going to take input from other people and to your decision.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I volunteer as tribute.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll make sure.
So I want to
You're
clear one thing
chosen.
up. I just saw a comment here that popped up. So he said he used to be mad about seeds in the 2000s. Now it's just a happy mistake in the bud. I don't really see it that way all the time, personally. If you have a seed in the bud and you grow it, I'm not telling you that it's gonna be bad, but that seed now has a much higher tendency to have intersex traits and fucking herm out. So, but look, there have been people that have found gold in bag seeds, right? But I wouldn't necessarily say that that's cool, especially with the cost of seeds now. Like if you're growing out a bag seed because it was free, I mean, look, there are people you can get packs from for fucking, what, $40, $30.
Yeah,
something
if
like,
that.
I'd rather just
I don't
go that
know.
route
I feel like
personally.
one or two in there is like, oh, fun. That
Yeah.
could be fun. But if you're fully seated, then it's kind of like shit.
Fully
Well,
seated sucks.
that sucks, but I want to make another point. Like, think about, let's just say what you're gonna get three, if you're good, maybe four grows in it per year. Do you really want to waste your energy and time and money growing out a bag seed?
My first
Unless,
girl ever was a bag seed.
yeah, and you did pretty well, I know,
I did. She
but
did great.
I personally, I wouldn't advise that. I mean, would you really advise somebody to just grow a bag seed for the first grow? G3.
No, there
No,
are better choices,
Yeah.
but
not in 2024.
sometimes it's exciting. Like there was this blueberry muffins that I loved, 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 and it wasn't mine. And I
Hmm.
found a seed in it, and that was like a gift from the goddess. I was like, oh my gosh, this could be exciting. I could grow this on my own. So, like, will I grow that bag seed? You bet your ass I will.
Badger had a good point, I see too. If it was from years ago, yes. Yeah, that's more intriguing to me to be
Yeah,
able to
true.
find some sort of something, maybe some lost terpene profile that's fucking that's gone, yeah, that would definitely be more intriguing to
If you
me.
find like a lost pair of your uncle's jeans that he used to wear and like, carry that skunk weed around.
So I
There's just
have these seeds I've been trying to
a
pop. I
bag from
tried four or
91.
five of them. A friend of mine gave me these seeds probably 10 years ago, maybe even longer. I'm trying to think. He called it lemon pot pie, and I'm just having a hard time getting him to crack. I know there's some tricks. I don't know if anybody has any sure, true,
Yeah, like
tried methods.
scuffing them up with
Yeah.
sandpaper and
Yeah,
soaking them in hydrogen
I only
peroxide.
have like, I don't know, a dozen or so of them left, so
I've
I don't want to.
seen even like specialty made like seed scuffer tools to like some breeders sell them. I'm not sure which, but I have seen them out there. Yeah, if you have old seeds, you want to like definitely get them to
Yep.
pop. If you can. Usually, sometimes they need a little encouragement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to try because by general methods, it hasn't been working too well. So I've heard of all those methods. I didn't know if anybody had like, yeah, I've done this. I want to hear somebody that's tried it. And yeah, I've seen those
Yeah,
seed
hit them
crackers.
up
It's
in
funny
Discord.
you mentioned that. I actually have one of those seed crackers. It's not a seed cracker. They call it a three blade micrometer, and we use it to measure three fluted cutters in the
Okay,
machining world. And basically, it's the same tool.
a
It's funny when
micrometer,
yeah,
a
a, th-
micrometer.
a three. It's a. It's not your common micrometer, and they're actually really expensive. But yeah, I've seen those seed crackers. That one's really intriguing to me. Actually, you're cracking it just a little bit, and then you know,
Scary. That's scary.
Need like
I think
like
Rooter.
someone's got to build like a nutcracker, but like like a thing,
yeah,
like a humanoid seed cracker thing though. Like
yeah.
could do the
I've heard of the
ballad of the seed
peroxide. I've
crackers.
heard of the file.
Be
I
great.
think
I think Rudy went through this like maybe a year or two ago where he was struggling to get some seeds to pop. So he might be a good resource for that.
They don't last forever, and that's just a reminder to people to fucking grow your fucking seeds.
Yeah.
I've said it before.
They don't
I'm
last
just as
forever.
bad. Like, don't do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm fucking stoned.
We all just need more space to grow. That's truly all it is. I mean,
I know. Fucking overgrow America.
I know. Just one day, before they go bad, I will, like, you know, if there's an expiration date on all my seeds, I'll like go out before that and scatter them in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully none
They
of them are
definitely do
male.
need to be kept in proper conditions, and for years I was vigilant about keeping them in proper conditions, but
I gotta like write that in my living will. Somebody, please pop all my seeds. if you can, go tell my seed collection that I love it and I want it to grow.
Yeah, I hope
everybody at your funeral gets the seed with the instructions they have to go grow it.
If I
or you'll
die,
haunt them.
I hope my wife does something good with them, not just like throw them away. You know what I mean? If I could do something with them, give them to somebody.
For sure.
Yeah, fuck.
Find someone that'll grow them, that needs them, or or sell them and pay for the mortgage on the house. You know.
Yeah. She's got a nasty crack habit too. So no, I'm just kidding. She'd kill me if she even heard me joking about that. Yeah.
Well, I think pretty sure we got a little terpene school with G3.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Oh, I wanted to let you guys know. I finally got the golden goat in soil. So I have a plant growing.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't even ask you about your...
I mean, it's nothing. Like, it really just happened over the last couple of days. This was so dumb of me. The first one, so my house is a little chilly right now, and my tents weren't like ready for them yet. So I took a seed and I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll put it in my oven with the oven light on. This is a common way I use to rise dough when I'm making bread.
Now, do you have a gas oven?
No.
Okay, because all right.
Like there's a lot of weird jokes we could make.
It was just like the light.
Like a seed holocaust. It was horrible.
They came. Well, yeah, that did kind of happen. So
really,
it was like nice and it was fine in there. It was like maybe around 90 when I left for work. And then when I got home, it was like 107 in there. So I was like,
should have been able to handle that for a little bit. Did it kill it?
Yeah. I don't know, but it didn't pop. So I was like, okay, we're going to just replace this now. I'm not going to fuss over this. So I popped another one just on the counter like normal.
Oh, you were germinating a seed?
I was germinating.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, is a great place that people often overlook? The top of your refrigerator. It's consistently warm.
Oh, I never even considered that. I was like going to put it under a light or something, and then like everything is in my house is LEDs. Yeah. So it was just, but she's popped. She's in soil. She's going. Golden goat. Here we go.
Awesome.
Right.
The official from Irie Genetics.
The official from Irie.
Rasta Jeff himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yep. So fingers crossed. I haven't grown a photo period in a long time. So.
All right. So you're going to have that, but are you going to join our Grow Along G3?
Fuck yeah, I am. That's why I had to throw out all of my other plants. I would have an entire 4x4 filled with plants. Yeah. Well, with seeds right now, but no, I'm waiting for joint. So we have just the one little golden goat in the 3x3, and she's just going to get babied until the Grow Along starts.
I love it. You got to always have something, even if it's like, me with like a couple moms, and I'm just like doing a little playing around with synthetic nutrients and stuff.
Gotta have cannabis plants. I don't feel right.
I definitely took a couple months of a break. I needed it. There was just too much going on, and every time I tried to grow again, they would get so neglected that it would just fail, and that would make me feel worse about myself. So sometimes you just need to take a little bit of break. Couple months off. Now we're back at it. It's great. Thrilled to be back. So.
Absolutely.
Hooray.
It's like when you get writer's block, you step away.
Yeah.
Go for a walk and let the world
A little bit of
inspire
a
you.
new perspective.
Come back to
So.
it. Cool. Well, I love it.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to learn about we're going to learn about limonene.
I love it. One of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Yes. So limonene is one of the major terpenes. Up with myrcene, you're going to see it in a lot of plants, a lot of them. And it exists not just in cannabis, but it is so prevalent throughout our entire world that it's actually kind of hard to find specific cannabis and limonene studies because there's so many other hugely abundant sources of limonene that it's just kind of not around. But there's a ton of stuff about limonene. So limonene is a cyclic monoterpene. It's a monoterpene just like myrcene was. So that's 2 isoprene units combined, which is probably why it's one of the more prevalent ones because it's relatively easy to make these 2 isomer units. So there's 2 different types of limonene. There's D-limonene and there's L-limonene. And they are mirror images of each other. So them being mirror images of each other, the effects say the same. The one big difference is their smell. So D-limonene is mostly found in orange peels. When you get it in cannabis, that's where you get like a lot of your tangy flavors, a lot of orange. And L-limonene is mostly found in lemons. In cannabis, you get a lemon, or some people report a pine or turpentine kind of flavor to it. So that's
really
the only.
interesting.
Yep. The main, I guess, praise for limonene is mood adjustment. So it decreases your anxiety, both anxiety caused by THC and just general anxiety in your life. Gives you much more of an uplifting mood, a little bit of euphoria. It's just like that is what makes weed happy, bright, happy, like lemons. So you get to see that a lot in things
when
like
life gives you lemons, it's actually a great thing.
Yep. When life gives you lemons, smoke some limonene.
You know what I learned? It's interesting. Like, so lemons are actually a hybrid, a cross
They
of
are.
like a citron and I forget what else, but like it's not a natural fruit. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that life never gave us lemons. We
made
them and
lemons.
gave them to ourselves.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We cultivated our own lemons.
That's right. That's right. But I'm sorry.
Oh,
This is super weird, though. There's 2 types of limonene.
Yep. Limonene. Yep. 2 different types. I mean, it's the same chemical structure. It's just a mirror image. So the only real difference between them is the aroma that they give off, the flavoring that they give off. But the effects are generally seen to be the same in both of them. So it's kind of the across the board thing, like a lot of our terpenes are. You've got antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, anti-pain, which kind of is a lot of them. So you see it a lot in like, Durban poisons, Jack Herer, sour diesel.
I was going to say Jack Herrera. So
all of your super lemons, all of that has super high limonene in it.
Super lemon haze, for sure. Anything like orange, lemon, lime, I would assume has to have a lot of limonene. And for me, my best experience with this terpene comes from like our friend Joint Custody. When I grew his Cushion OJ, that thing was packed with, it had to be, I'm sorry, remind me of the 2 types and kind of like what the difference is, if you can, please.
Wait, say that, ask again. What was
like
your
the
question?
2 types of limonene and like what their profiles are.
Yeah, so D-limonene is mostly found in oranges, orange peels. So that's where that tangy comes from.
Gotcha.
And L-limonene is mostly found in lemons. So that's your
like
more
estrogen,
lemony,
more like, okay, gotcha.
Yep. And so you can actually like imagine it with those super lemony flavors and profiles. You do get a little bit of pine in there. You get a little bit of
pine,
turpentine type things in there. It's very like that kind of slightly astringent I find it's really easy for limonene to kind of feel a little bit like pinene a little bit, or taste a little bit like pinene. So they kind of are similar in that way.
Well, it's cool too, because like that joint, I remember talking to him about that one, and he was like, "Yeah, this is my my depression killer." You know,
Yep.
it's like happy weed. Just makes
Yes.
you super upbeat and like in a great mood, even on the come down. You know, after 2-3 hours after you smoked, still in a great mood.
Yeah, they're supposedly, now they're working on more studies with this, but limonene in general, these studies that I saw were not specifically about cannabis, but limonene in general can help increase the production of both dopamine and serotonin in your brain. So if you don't make a whole lot of dopamine, like if you have ADHD, limonene can help by helping you, encouraging your brain to make those neurotransmitters.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
And it's also been studied to like help reduce cancer to sizes and amounts of cancer cells, like most of the other terpenes. So, yep, it's the happy
Wow,
terpene. I
it
like her
sounds
a
like
lot. I think she's wonderful.
a terp we all want to have more of in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You want that happy weed? Go for limonene.
Interesting. Very interesting. But do we want? Does it matter necessarily if it's the one type or the other? They're both
Supposedly, the
great for that. Those
of both
effects.
of them are the same. It's just the smell and flavor is slightly different. Yep. Still does this thing. Chemical reactions in your brain. Gotta love it.
I feel so much closer to the plant that I love after hearing these and learning about the terps, you know?
Yeah,
great.
that's wonderful because I mean the plant is so magical just by it's so multifaceted. You've got all of your cannabinoids that have different effects on you, and then you've got all of these terpenes that also have different effects on you. It's like you can cherry pick your perfect medicine. I, talk all the time about right strain for the right time, for the right effect, for what you want it for. And knowing your terpenes and your cannabinoids and how they interact with your personal endocannabinoid system, that's going to help you find what works best for you.
So, like, for my current, or your current state, with like you got a little sinus inflammation, not feeling so hot, I would say you need a little of those anti-inflammatory terps.
Yep. So you need some beta caryophyllene.
That's the one, and you need a little bit of limonene to brighten up your mood.
Yep.
To also, you said it was a nasal decongestant.
Asamine. Yes, is a nasal decongestant.
All right, that's the one. That's the one.
And then, adding in a little
terp.
CBD maybe, instead of just THC, having something that's a little higher in CBD when you're not feeling well will definitely help with the anti-inflammatory, help make you feel better.
Or do we find more of those like rare, lesser cannabinoids in like hemp strains, CBD?
CBD is definitely found in higher amounts in hemp.
What about that asamine, though?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
Like, is that just, do we get more of those more exotic? I guess is what I'm trying to say, like more exotic and, lesser known terpenes, I have to imagine come from like lesser grown strains of weed.
It's certainly possible. I mean, I don't know that there's a lot of
speculating.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible that hemp could also, or higher CBD strains as well, could hold different profiles that may have, different things that you're looking for in them. But thanks to the DuPonts and their nylon fiber, we didn't get to go headfirst into hemp, and so our studies on it are very far behind where they should be.
That's why we got Mylar bags instead of hemp.
That's the least of what the DuPonts fucking did.
I know, yeah, truth. Truth. But they made some chemicals there,
My
Yep.
chemicals.
Ain't got no gas in it.
That shit never gets old. I don't care what anyone says.
Sling Blade is the movie.
Dude, great fucking. This, again, I don't know, not to get too far off topic, but there's a guy on YouTube that impersonates him, and he drives up to like drive-throughs and orders food like Sling Blade. Just fucking.
He just talks like him.
Just go check it out. It's fucking pretty funny.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, well, you gotta watch that. Yeah, just go watch it for sure. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
That's all right.
It'd be funny to do that. Like that's my new judgment of strains of weed. Ain't got no gas in it.
I've seen weed memes with that joke.
Was that Billy Bob?
Yeah.
Dude, really? That's crazy. He's actually a good actor, man. Gotta give it up to him. Gotta give it up to him. Well, so yeah, real quick too. I wanna break into a Patreon's garden. Well,
No knocking.
Here. Let's do it.
Break down the door.
Come. All right. So we are today. All right, I can do this better, can't I, monster? We're gonna go to full screen. Okay.
So I tried to put these in sequential order. I believe I did. Could be wrong.
No worries. So this is cool. I see
like an octopus.
Yeah, what's
like an upside down octopus.
So this is some heavy duty training, and it actually when you train like that, and you look at the plant, right, it looks kind of sad. You come back the next
right
day.
Away.
Yeah. You come back the next day, and it's like it never even happened.
Mm-hmm. Truth. Yeah, always trust the process, kind of thing, when you're doing a training, and expect your plant to not love it.
Yeah, this is Heathen's Garden.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. We wanted to say who it is. Heathen Gardens.
Yep, and he goes by Heathen Gardening on
Heathen Gardening.
Yeah, I believe so.
To be correct. Cool. Yeah. All right. So this is definitely that AC Infinity, Scrognet, which works a charm. I gotta say, they make a fantastic Scrognet. Had no issues with mine. What's going on with
Cultivation?
Yeah, use code Cultivation.
For
absolutely
15% off.
Did I see it works on? It works on Amazon now.
Okay, so there are some content creators who have an Amazon code. However, they really want to push people towards their site, so the Amazon discount is dropping from 10% to 5%. So if you use an Amazon code, you're getting 5% off. If you use our code on their site, you get 15% off. And then if you're over $99, it's free shipping.
Gotcha. So our code doesn't work on Amazon, but we have a code that gives you a higher percentage off. You just got to use it on their website, and maybe wait a little longer for your shipping.
Right. It's not going to be there in 2 days, but they do ship very fast.
They ship pretty quick.
I've never waited a super long time for my stuff from them.
And it came in a box, I remember when I got some of my stuff. It was like, very well discreetly packaged.
Yes, so they've gotten so much better about that.
When props are due, for sure.
I'm sure they got a lot of complaints about they had beautiful packing tape that just had cannabis leaves all over it. It was beautiful, but it was not great for Prohibition land.
Anyway.
The box says grow room ventilation on it. I mean,
yeah,
I know, right?
They're better about that now, though. They're definitely discreet now.
Well, anyway, we'll go back to Heathen Gardening. Heathen Gardening's garden. It's a bit of a tongue twister. So what's going on with this pitcher?
Yeah, what
And
is that?
I'm not 100% sure.
the
We'll have to
tubes.
get him here, hear what he has to say.
I
I
thought he
looked
just
at
like
it for a
left his
while.
big gulp on the floor.
To my
Looks like
melted Pepsi
it
Big
was
Gulp.
leftover food, and that was maybe his stirring tool. I don't know. But
Like I don't know. Like I'm getting the sense that it's some kind of like runoff drainage thing, or I don't know, or it's
really
just
sure.
like it's just well and truly like what he uses to water his plant with. His watering jug.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards, but I'm not sure.
Perhaps it's the simplest answer I can think of.
See,
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, we're on the next one, and this is now the next day, I assume.
I don't know about the next
It's
day.
gotta
Maybe it
be
looks like about a
few
week or
days.
so ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see, she's definitely recovered fine. Looking pretty good. Lots of tops, or potential tops, I guess you'd say. So yeah,
For sure. All right, so upon further inspection, I'm seeing a blue mat, 2 carrots in his soil, one on the top, one on the bottom, that are. So that's the water. That's his watering, line
yep, okay,
with two drip emitters coming from the top, and he's using gravity fed water line with a bit of he's got like a valve on the end to clear it, and I imagine that jug was
that's probably
kind
what
of
he was doing, and that's what
clearing
you
the
were
line.
probably seeing inside of the thing. Now it's clear, Cap. You fucking
It's making
cracked the
sense.
code.
I've seen a grow tent or two in my life, I tell you.
Yeah.
Got a bit of experience on you whippersnappers.
Mm-hmm.
So I see his his probe hanging down here on the right top corner. His temperature and
Humidity.
his probe, his AC, controller 669 probe hanging into the canopy,
Yep.
which is in fact the best place for it to be.
Just make sure it's not touching any of your leaves. Can't be
Correct.
touching anything.
Truth.
You'll get a false reading. 100%.
Then it'll enter a microclimate, and yeah. But if it's well and truly in the canopy without being like obstructed by leaves, I think that's where you want your readings, is it not?
As close to the middle as possible.
Gotcha. So you might advise him to like move it more towards the center of the tent, but then drop it down into that canopy.
Well,
still, right?
because so at the end of the day, we're trying to mitigate the highest temperature possible, right? Well, that's going to be in the middle, right at the where the light is its strongest.
I like that thought process.
Yeah.
So then it would trigger the fan to come on, based on the
Dude,
hottest.
and let's be
point
real
in the
though,
tent.
like maybe a degree or two at best where he's at there.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
So it's
I like
it's
it.
not.
I like it.
I would just I wouldn't go fucking making any crazy
cool.
changes.
It's cool. It looks like I'd wager, using a soil medium, just if he's got a blue mat set up. Though that not necessarily, I don't know. It could be one of those like
I see plenty of people do blue blats with cocoa. But yeah, if I had to guess, I would say soil.
it could be like a was once soil type situation.
It's hard to see in
mine.
that pit, but
Who
isn't there? It
knows?
looks like he's possibly got something covering the top of that soil. Maybe no, I guess not.
Looks like there's all I see is a soil, mixed with perlite. I don't think he's got like a top mulch layer or nothing.
Fuck mites. I like that.
Fuck
sticker.
mites, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Did mites hurt you at some point?
Nobody has a sticker like that unless they did.
I
That's
have
a
to believe
PTSD
there.
sticker. if I ever saw one.
Yeah. I promise you, if you grow long enough, you'll deal with them at one point.
Show
They're
us
such
on
a
the
pain.
plant where the mites hurt you. But yeah, I'm sorry that if you did that's a hell of a sticker. I like it. So I'm not like, it's just a cool looking angle, good looking plant. I'm not picking up like any new additional info from the tent. He's got it. Although, okay, he does have his exhaust fan inside his tent, which, I struggle to find a good reason why it should be kept inside of the tent.
I keep mine inside the tent.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I think if you're exhausting, and especially if you have carbon filtration, that
Yep,
carbon
that's
filter
exactly
will-
why. Because I have a
I knew you were
carbon
going to tell me
filter
that.
stuck to it, and it's
'Cause
exhausting
that
out
was
of
one
my
of the
tent.
lessons we learned on a previous episode. You want to push rather than pull through
pull. You want to pull the air
pull
through the
rather than
filter.
push.
Yeah, it'll work both ways, and I've gotten in this argument with people multiple times, but I don't give a fuck what filter there is in this planet. They're all, generally speaking, they're designed to work with air coming in through them. And not to go down the fucking rabbit hole, but just think about it from an efficiency standpoint, right? Let's say you're pushing that air in. It's not going to be able to. First of all, if you have a leak in your duct line, you're fucked. You're just going to be blasting stank out. And yes, some of it's going to hit that carbon filter, but if you have a nice tight seal and you got that filter on there, it's going to be a lot more efficient.
So I wonder if he has his exhaust or his if there is a carbon filter then on the other end of this exhaust fan. Maybe we shall see. Additional image. Not in this one.
Yeah, look at that trunk.
But yeah, looking like a solid training job on this.
Yeah, he's cleaned up a lot of the lower bullshit.
Is this hanging in his tree?
The hoop?
Say it again.
You see the bags hanging on?
Oh, that's probably beneficial insects, if I had to guess.
Oh, for the mites.
For the mites that hurt him.
Yeah, for the mites that hurt him.
It's just, probably a precautionary sort of thing. I have to imagine again, like if at some point, right, if you're a person who was mites, I'm not joking about it. Like mites can fucking hurt you real bad if they come at the wrong time. They can devastate a whole room,
Yeah,
an
look,
entire
spider
crop.
mites ain't no thing. Those are easy to get rid of if you just clean up after yourself and don't allow fucking fucknuts in your grow room. But broad mites and russet mites, yeah, it's a different story. Those are a fucking battle. You might as well burn your house down. Yeah.
So yeah. I get it, but it's like, yeah, I imagine someone who's had that happen before is going to take every precaution to make sure it doesn't happen again. So I like it.
Definitely.
He'll have to. You got to come into Discord there, Heathen, and let us know where you get your beneficial insects. I'm sure some people would like to know what they are, all that cool stuff. Ooh, I love this picture.
Whoa.
Look at that canopy.
Yeah, that's all one plant, too.
You could just get lost in this. Yeah.
Look at the size of those leaves.
That's awesome. So what's this? Like a 3x3?
Either a 3x3 or 4x4. It's hard to tell. But either way, I mean, shit. You can see it's like week 1.5 of flower. Yeah. Maybe you could start. It's looking pretty good.
That's got to be like, yeah. It's like, little, not quite pom buds yet. Almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stretching up to that light. Beautiful. Wow, I love this picture.
Yeah. Those leaves. Wow.
Yeah, that nice sheen. You can tell if they're nice and healthy.
Yeah.
If they're healthy at this stage too, you got a really good start to your run. That's super important. Oh wow. It's a couple
Ooh,
weeks later now. Look at that.
Damn.
look at those tops. Holy cow.
That's a big old
That
one
is
of those
beautiful.
I know it really is.
No fucking larf there.
It don't look like it. He did a very nice, leg shave on her from the bottom up.
Yeah,
Her
I
whole shape
like
is
it.
beautiful.
Looks good.
Chunky,
Looks
chunky,
really good.
chunky.
It's one of those like old school. I feel like this is one of those like TSL like 2000 lights. This has Mars Hydro vibes, but like
Yeah, Mars,
I
Vipar,
get
whatever.
I have the same one. I think it just
Dude,
it
those
works fucking
I
awesome.
said I think on the last show, man, those quantum boards will still fucking rock
Yeah, they
out.
put out so much light. And they get a little warm, but I find that that's actually like a good thing most of the year. They don't
Yeah,
get
and it's
too
not like the
warm for
lights
summer.
themselves kind of get warm. It's the drivers that I feel
Mhm.
really get warm on those. And a lot of the ones like the Mijus and the King Brights and stuff, if you're going straight quantum board, you can actually take your driver off of the light,
Oh
keep it
yeah,
still connected, and put it outside your tent.
yeah.
Cool.
I always recommend people do that.
A great idea. I love this picture too. Oh my gosh, look at this one.
Beautiful work.
From above.
How many tops can you count?
I don't know. But yeah, this is like, you're approaching trim. I don't want to say this is not trim gulag territory, we can't minimize the gulag. This is definitely a harsh sentence in jail though.
Yeah, but you know something? For anybody especially that's trimmed enough, the big fat chunky buds are so much easier
Amen.
to trim.
You want to minimize the larf is so clutch on the
I
trim
actually
job.
don't even mind trimming the tops, not gonna lie. Like
Right?
I hate trimming, but like when you're trimming the fucking tops, you're like, look at this one, man. Oh no, wait a minute, dude, this one, look at this one. That's
Yeah.
fun. That's kind of fun to me, not gonna lie. But yeah, trimming the larf and the lowers, not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, like, but it's just more work. It's a lot harder to
Just
trim the
wash it all.
smallest shit.
Wash it all.
Truth. This beautiful top, comrade.
Mm.
You do perfect trim job. Make it worth lots
So
of
much
money.
easier. So much easier.
Oh, wow. You got to let us know what strain this is, too. This is the beautiful pictures. I love it. We got some frost rails. We got some, sometimes I get those broken leaves, too. I don't know. He probably, like, fat-fingered it one day and broke
It
broke a
doesn't take
leaf.
much to do that.
Mm-mm.
It happens. But, yeah, love it. Very frosty.
So that is, let's see. He says he calls this pheno Pineapple Queen. It's
Okay.
Pineapple Express crossed with Mac, crossed with Cindy
Nice.
99, crossed with Baker's Dozen.
Damn.
All right. Yeah, all right.
Everything
That's
and the
so
kitchen sink.
we were
I
remiss
see a
in
lot
not
of the
guessing.
Cindy 99 in there now. Now that he said that, because I've grown at least 2 or 3 strains with the Cindy in it. Yeah, looks good.
That's cool. It's definitely a narrow leafer. I was going to say, that is an observation you can make right away.
Those
Yeah,
buds are
100%.
fat, though.
For sure. Might take 10 week, 12 week. I think this is the end, though. We shall have
It wouldn't
to.
take. I don't think that's going to take that long. That's probably
No?
a 9-10 weeker. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, this is the end. We'll have to get an update from you.
The end.
Very nice. Fiend, comrade.
Good job, Heathen Garden. And
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love it, man.
gorgeous
Thank you for
work.
sharing, and thank you most of all for being a Patreon,
yeah.
supporting the show. We're a community-driven podcast. Yeah, we want to help. How do I get this off the screen now? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Bam.
Cool. So yeah, you can always become a Patreon, but you don't have to. You can come just join us on Discord. Thank you. You can hit us up on Instagram. We're still there from time to time, but like the Discord's really where you want to be these days.
Yeah, fuck Instagram.
You know, I just don't get anything done when I log on. I see no posts from anyone that I follow. It's all just
too much bullshit. You know, they turned a great product into something that's just pure fucking
It's
trash.
just all marketing now. It's just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy,
that's
sell.
like the internet 3.0. Is like,
you know,
you ever
if
hear
you want
the
to shake
dead
your
internet
ass and
theory?
tits, that's cool. But post a picture of a fucking plant and you get fucking warnings and fucking takedowns and
Shadow
fucking
bans.
dude,
Nobody's been able to steam my account naturally for years. You just have to like type in my name, or else you're never going to see my stuff.
I'm just sick of it. Fuck Instagram.
That's stupid.
You won't see me much on there anymore.
Well, you can find us there still, but you can find us on our Discord. And thanks, Nicholas. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good sleep. Enjoy your work in the morning. And like I'm saying, you can join us live too. If you like the interaction, if you like to troll in the chat, you can do that too.
Don't troll. No. What?
Mild
no.
Trolling. Mild.
I don't give a fuck. Let them come and troll.
I do. Do not come onto the show and be mean.
Hey,
I'll
don't
just
do
hit him with
that.
a band hammer.
I'm not saying be mean. I'm not.
That's what trolling is, isn't it?
No, you don't have to be a mean troll. You could be like a super nice troll.
Yeah, laddie. Nothing wrong with that.
Never in my life have I met a super nice troll.
Hey, listen. There's lots of different types of trolls, G3.
All right. 3 really good, Treff.
If you're listening to the audio version of this, we go live most Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and if you have Gromies, guys, tell a friend. If you like the show, tell a friend. Word of mouth helps us more than anything. So,
and you can always watch older shows on YouTube under I think there's a section for lives. I don't believe they all come up under videos, but they are there under lives.
Yeah,
so
and
these are all there.
We're updating it slowly but surely, where you can just. It's a painstaking process to upload an hour and a half video to YouTube. I don't know if people realize that.
We don't have like any interns or anything. We got to do our own YouTube uploads, and every bit of content creation is painstakingly handmade.
That's right.
It's the old school way. Or sometimes I need to learn the process before I do it.
Yeah, that takes too long.
I'm a bit of an old man. But yeah, we appreciate all you guys. Seriously, it's for the community, well and truly. And thank you, Monster. Thank you, G3, as always.
Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Monster. And thank you to everyone in the chat for joining us tonight. We love you all and are thrilled for you to be here.
Truly.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys keep in touch with yourselves.
That's right. And most importantly, don't get caught, comrade.